All right, let's dive in. Today, we are on a mission, and it's a big one. We're going to forge a resume that's so powerful, so effective, it can slice right through the automated gatekeepers of the job world. The goal? Simple. To get you the interview you actually deserve. Let's do this.
You know the feeling, right? You find that perfect job posting, you spend hours, maybe even days, making your resume just right. You hit submit, feeling hopeful, and then crickets. Total radio silence. It feels like your application just disappeared into some kind of digital black hole. You're left wondering, did a real person even see this?
Well, here's the brutal truth. They probably didn't. Get this. A staggering 75% of resumes get tossed out before a human being ever even lays eyes on them. I mean, that's 3 out of every 4 applications just gone, filtered out by a machine. So your first opponent isn't the hiring manager, it's the bot. And here it is. Meet the main villain of our story, the Applicant Tracking System, or ATS for short. This is the software that almost every big company, we're talking nearly 99% of the Fortune 500, uses to handle the mountain of applications they get. Just think of it like a digital bouncer for your resume. It scans for keywords, it checks your formatting, and if you don't fit its very strict list, well, you're not getting past the velvet rope.
Okay, so how in the world do we beat this bot? Well, it all starts with building the right armor for your resume. And in this fight, your armor is your format. The goal here isn't to be fancy or creative. No, the goal is to be simple, clean, and totally 100% machine readable.
What's kind of amazing is just how simple the rules are. First up, file type. Always, and I mean always, use a docx file unless they specifically ask for a PDF. Some of these older ATS bots just choke on PDFs. Stick to a clean, single-column layout. Why? Because tables, text boxes, and multiple columns can completely scramble your information. Use boring standard fonts like Arial or Calibri. And this is a big one. Put your contact info in the main body of the document, not the header or footer where the ATS might just ignore it completely.
Okay, here is a fantastic, super simple trick you can do literally right now. Copy everything on your resume. Now paste it into a plain text editor, like Notepad on Windows or TextEdit on a Mac. Does it look like a complete mess? Is everything out of order? Well, if it does, that's pretty much exactly what the ATS is seeing. This is your first line of defense to make sure your format is clean.
So, now that our resume has its indestructible armor, it needs a power source. And that power? It comes from keywords. These are the specific words and phrases the ATS is programmed to hunt for. In this game, keywords are everything. So where do you find these magic keywords? It's actually not a secret at all. Your mission briefing, your treasure map, is the job description itself. Seriously, every single skill, every qualification, every piece of software they mention in that posting is a potential keyword that the company's ATS is actively searching for. Now, this slide gets to maybe the most important rule of keywords. You have to be exact. The ATS is powerful, but it's not smart. It doesn't really understand synonyms. So if the job description asks for project management, you better not write lead projects. If they want Adobe Creative Suite, don't put Adobe Apps. You have to mirror the language perfectly. Here's a really powerful strategy for you. Create a special section right at the top of your resume, maybe just under your summary, called Core Competencies or Skills. What this does is it creates a keyword-rich area that basically spoon-feeds the ATSs exactly what it's looking for, right up front. And here's what that looks like in action. Just a clean, direct list of your key skills. Oh, and here's a pro tip. Always include both the full phrase and the acronym if it has one. See here, Customer Relationship Management, CRM. That makes sure you're covered no matter how the recruiter decides to search for that skill. It's a double win.
Okay, we have our armor, the indestructible format. We have our power source, the keywords. Now it's time to put it all together and assemble the final heroic resume. This is all about weaving those keywords into your actual experience in a way that satisfies the bot, but more importantly, impresses the human who's going to read it next.
And the best way to do that is with a simple but incredibly powerful formula for all your bullet points. 1, start with a strong action verb. 2, describe the specific task you did, making sure to slip in those keywords. And 3, end with a quantifiable result. Numbers shout your value from the rooftops.
Let's just look at this formula in action, because the difference is night and day. The before is so blah. Responsible for social media management. It's passive, it's vague. Now look at the after. It's heroic.
developed social media strategies, increasing engagement by 45%, and generating 200+ qualified leads. See, it uses action verbs, it packs in keywords, and it proves impact with cold, hard numbers. This is what gets you the call. Awesome. Before you launch your new resume out into the world, let's just quickly cover a few common traps that can totally sabotage all your hard work. Think of this as the final pre-flight check to make sure your mission is a success. First up, whatever you do, avoid keyword stuffing. This is when you just list a bunch of keywords without any context or you repeat them over and over again. It makes your resume completely unreadable for a human. The goal is to weave the keywords naturally into your achievements, not just dump them on the page and hope for the best.
Okay, I'm going to say this one more time because it is that important. Simple beats fancy every single time when it comes to the ATS. All those graphics, tables, columns, custom fonts, they might look great to your eye, but to an ATS, they are pure poison. A clean, simple design makes sure your skills, not your design choices, are what gets seen. And finally, please never forget that the ATS is just the first gatekeeper. Your ultimate audience is a human being, a recruiter, a hiring manager. Your resume still needs to tell a clear, compelling story about you and your career. So you optimize for the bot, but you write for the person. So here it is, your final roadmap, your battle plan. Format for the machine? Simple. Single column .docs. Unlock your keywords straight from the job description. Build those powerful, number-driven bullet points. And always, after you've made it bot-friendly, make sure you remember you're writing for the person on the other side. You see, by following these steps, you're not just editing a document. You're transforming it into a seriously powerful tool, one that's designed to navigate the crazy hiring world we live in today. You're no longer at the mercy of the bots. You are the hero of your own career story. Now go get that interview.